Hello again, ladies and gentlemen, Saki here, and welcome to a one-off video of Project Cars 2. It is foggy and it is rainy here at Monaco. I decided I'd just hop in. The Monaco Grand Prix was last weekend, and I thought, well, let's hop into some Project Cars here in the Formula A's and see what I could do. You're watching a replay of the race, and I had a random start, so I started towards the back, and I had a lot of fun this race, that is for sure. Project Cars 2 looks very, very good, and we made up a lot of spots here going into this hairpin. We'll get to the right side and slowly and surely make our way up through the middle. One thing I noticed on these Formula cars that I'm not sure if the actual Formula 1 cars do this, but there were times when the car was just so pitched over that one of the front tires was completely off the ground, and you'll see that a little bit later during the race when I get towards the curbs or in those really sharp corners. The right front especially will pick off the ground. We're on rain tires, making our way to the bus stop for the first time, and this was probably my third or fourth restart here. But you know, once I got a feeling of the car and understood what the car could do, it was a lot of fun and great camera work there, guys. I mean, just looking into a fog bank. But you know, when we actually hop on the car, it doesn't look that bad as far as the fog is concerned. But you know, any elevation up here, if we were racing from an external camera, it might be difficult to see exactly what in the world we're doing. But we're doing 5 laps here, coming around to complete lap 1. Front straightaway, this is the first time we go into this braking zone at full speed. I almost overshoot here, but get it woed down. I'm using the cars sort of as a marker to understand exactly where to brake, because I'm not, like, I know Monaco, but I don't know Monaco. Like, if you ask me to say what corner's next, I'll know, but you know, when you ask me where the bumps are or how hard to get on the brake or the gas, that's where I struggle just a little bit. But I'm sort of picking it up. We lock up a little bit there. That probably would have destroyed the car in real life, but thankfully Project Cars 2 is a sim, and we're able to just throw her in there with a little bit of reckless abandon. I have full damage on, so I am surprised we didn't lose a tire there or get terminal damage. I tell you, coming from a stock car background where, you know, you can get door to door and run into a person and just sort of drive away, these Formula cars demand a lot of concentration, that is for sure. They're rocket ships, you know, very fragile. They're coming down into the great camera work corner, we'll call it, through a swimming pool. And I managed to pick up a lot of speed in these slower corners. As I got comfortable, I was able to really drive in deeper than these guys. And the rain doesn't pick up. This is the type of weather I was stuck with the whole time. So no transitioning weather between laps. But, you know, maybe that's something for the future, maybe an endurance racing series. But like I said, I just hopped in here to see if I could do it and was pretty happy with the results. So I just recorded the replay here, and I'm sharing it with you. If you like to see more Project Cars races that I do just sort of on my own randomly with no real repercussions, no championship implications, no career mode, just saying, hey, let's pick a track, let's pick some weather, let's pick a car and just go for it, let me know. Because Project Cars 2 is very fun. I do enjoy it. And it's even more enjoyable when you get a hold of a tough racetrack in tough conditions in a tough race car and you somehow make it work. I tell you, I don't think I could do this again if I tried. If I loaded it up right now, I probably wouldn't have the results that I had here. But, you know, I just sort of got in the zone here. We'll catch up to this car in front of us in this braking zone. And I actually had to force myself to, you know, get out of the stock car mindset of just throw it in there, it'll stick. The Formula 1 cars are really loose here in this particular corner. I spun out a bunch of times practicing for this race. But once I understood where the braking points were and how hard to get on the throttle, I was mainly half throttle most of the time. You can see the left front tire locking up there. But because it's wet, I don't think the tires got scuffed too much. That's something I'm not entirely sure of in road racing, where you have different compounds of tires. If you do slide in the rain, is it detrimental to the tire? Is there a flat spot, or, you know, is the slide just a slide? I guess it just depends on how wet the racing surface is and how worn the tires are to begin with. But with 5-lap brand new tires, oh yeah, we got pinched off there. We had the spot. That was my stock car mindset kicking in. It's amazing how hard you had to do some of these turns, like turning the wheel hard over. And that turn was fun if you got it right. The hairpin, you could let the wheel set itself straight as you got back to throttle, and it almost felt like a drift. Like, not as extreme as a drift, but definitely letting the wheel do the work rather than actually steering it. You let the car steer it for you. I tell you, like, games like this, when you get it right, it is really, really fun. Down to the inside here, try not to slide up in this corner. You can see some of the skid marks where we've had some difficulty before. I was surprised I actually made that corner stick. But getting down to the nitty-gritty here, only a few more laps to go, and basically a worst to first challenge just to see if I could do it. Yeah, that corner is very off camber. It's amazing how specific you have to drive Monaco. You can't be off the line at all, which I guess is true for most Formula One tracks. I'm used to sort of NASCAR where you could take high line, you could take low line, you could roll through, you could diamond the corner off, but Formula One is definitely a feeling where there is one racing line, and if you get off of it, you are pretty much done. Yeah, that little bump there, I actually learned watching some practice for the Monaco GP about that bump on that straightaway heading into that right-hander. I never noticed that before, so learn something new every day. I almost lost it there in that hairpin, but we managed to keep the car under us, and I'm putting a lot more wheel into it now. I wanted to catch up to the car in front of me, definitely overdriving a bit, getting like right out to the wall, using every inch of the racetrack to make up as much ground as we can. Nearly killed the car several times, a little loose right there, you could see, trying to get back to the power, and it just doesn't stick. But all in all, not bad. We can set up this car going into this right-hander. Only a few more turns to go, and right there I was given a penalty. I had to get 4th spot back. So now I'm in 4th, and we're going to charge hard under this guy immediately after I take the penalty and come back to the start-finish line. And we will get 3rd starting from 26, so not bad. A fun race indeed. I really enjoyed it. But like, share, and subscribe if you are so bold. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you in the next Project Cars 2 video. Take care.